Alright, I have here an Optiplex GX620. It's a newer one. This one I bought last year on eBay, and been having nothing but problems with it ever since I bought it. And the main reason I bought it was because it had Windows 7 already installed and Office and all that. But come to find out, the Windows 7 wasn't genuine. Had to get an activation key for it, and then the Office wasn't genuine either, and wound up having to get a activation key for it as well. So yeah, it was a big dispute going on back and forth with PayPal, and bottom line, I wound up getting this thing for free, but I'm still having issues with it, and mostly because it just runs really slow no matter what I've done, whether it's a defrag or just defragging the hard drive, thinking it was something with that. Come to find out, the operating system itself is 64-bit, but it's running a Pentium 4 2.8 gig hyper-threading processor, and apparently this processor is not able to handle a 64-bit operating system. It had XP on it at one time, which there's a decal for it there. And instead of putting a 32-bit operating system of Windows 7, the guy that I got this from just put a hacked version of 64-bit operating system, Windows 7 Professional, and yeah, it's been causing me some grief. So I've got the panel off on the side here. I've actually added some RAM, and that's helped. So I'll show you that real quick here. Okay, so what we got, if I can get one stick out, I'll do this one here. It's the easiest to get to. Okay, this is Crucial. I can get that there. I'm kind of on my side here. Alright, Crucial. This is what was in there originally, and yeah, wound up taking a couple gigs out of the other computer that I got from my brother a while back, and basically took the gigs out of there. So yeah, another way I found out that yeah, I got 4 gigs in here, but it's only registering 3.5, so that told me right off the bat that this was only able to handle a 32-bit OS. So hold on, let me get this back in. I'm sorry, the Crucial is what I pulled out of the other computer. This is what came with it, HP RAM. It's DDR2. I think it's 600 or, well, this one might be, yeah, so these codes, I'm not sure what exactly it is. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like 800, but yeah, so this is the RAM that was in it originally, and this thing was just running really slow. And let me get this put back in. No, I need 2 hands. Okay, so yeah, I've loaded this thing up with as much RAM as it can handle. It's got 4 gigs, but only usable RAM is 3.5, so that extra bit of RAM seems to have helped, but because it's running a 64-bit operating system, it's still, not running smooth. I mean, it's running better, but not smooth, and I guess the only way to fix that would be to uninstall everything that I've got on here, which would be, a whole bunch of crap, 2 days worth of software estimated, and then redo the hard drive, just wipe it, reinstall a 32-bit setup, plus I'd have to get another activation key. Well, I don't know, I could probably still use the same activation key, maybe, but yeah, I'd rather not do all that. It's just too much of a pain. So anyway, getting to the rest of this video, the RAM that I took out of the other computer, I now need to replace, so I'm waiting on the replacement RAM, and we will install it. I'll show you the other computer here. And we'll be installing the new sticks of RAM, 2 gigs that I bought, into this computer where the slots are right there. This is my Dimension E310 that I got from my brother. They didn't use or didn't need. It was having problems, but come to find out it must have been the hard drive, because I got a new hard drive. It's kind of a refresher here. And it's running fine. I've had no problems with it, but it's just a spare office computer, you know, USB card that I installed for extra slots. But yep, when the RAM arrives, we will install it and test it out for functionality. Alright, this is the computer I've been having problems with. 4 gigs installed and 3.49 usable on a 64-bit operating system. But yeah, because we're using a Pentium 4 2.8. For some reason, apparently the 64-bit operating system can't run to its potential, and I guess it's causing it to run slow. So best I can do is hope the extra RAM will allow it to at least run at a tolerable speed. So otherwise I'll have to, like I said, reformat and reload a 32-bit operating system on here. Prefer not to do that. So anyway, wait for the RAM and we'll get that installed in the other computer. Okay, here it is, just arrived. That's good. Drop it right on the horrible way of packing RAM. Man. Well, at least that's a good sign here. At least it's matching sticks of Kingston. I've used Kingston in the past. That's actually not too bad RAM. I know I had issues with it early on back in the 2000s, but it's gotten better here in the last several years. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this installed. I'm going to turn my light on. There we go. And those slots right there. Alright, both installed, perfect fit. And double check everything, make sure nothing's in the way or I unplugged anything. Yep, it looks like we're good to go. So, whoop, turn the power supply off. Okay, now let's try it. See as it boots up here. Alright, starting up. Please wait. Okay. We'll check out the system here as soon as it's done booting. Alright, control panel, system. Alright, yeah, this one's got a better processor. It's a Pentium 4 3 gig, 2 gigs of RAM, 32-bit operating system. So that's what it should have, a 32-bit OS. And yeah, my rating needs to be refreshed. But yeah, at least it's showing the 2 gigs, looks good. We'll do a refresher on that. Currently, memory is at 4.2. That's one of the higher ratings on this computer. Graphics, of course, is horrible. So 1.0. Let's do a refresh on it. May take a few minutes, so we'll wait on that. Okay. Yeah, really no change. So that I can see anyway, but anywho, there you go. Installed 2 gigs of RAM, and yep, wish this one held more, but I guess, I don't know, I don't think they make 2 gig sticks for this computer in DDR2, but don't really need it. Like I said, this is just an office computer, nothing fancy. I just need it for doing office stuff as long as it works. So, alright, good enough. Well, there you go. RAM issues and RAM installations. So, thanks for watching. And the Dell's broke back down and basically put back in storage until I need it. Just kind of put in a corner here. About the only place I've got to store it with all the rest of my junk in this room. So there you go.